and SN.
Well,
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SN.
well, you are here. I am here. And today is a very interesting day,
Is it?
to say the least.
I don't know. I mean, it's just a Thursday morning.
It's Thursday morning. What's going on? Anything happening?
Nothing. Yeah. I mean, it's a little chilly out.
Huh?
It's a little chilly out.
Yeah.
Crank up your thermostats to prepare for the cold snap we have coming.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
We don't want any frozen pipes and all that going on over the next couple days.
I feel like I'm just talking like this. Like, my name's Pete Schweddy.
What?
You remember Pete Schweddy?
No. Should
Remember?
I?
The Saturday Night Live
Oh.
gimmick.
Yeah, no.
The yeah. Anyway, look it up. Pete Schweddy. So I thought about all morning. I'm thinking, oh my God,
What are we going to talk
what are
about?
we going to talk about? I mean, it's limitless.
I say we just
Talk about.
freaking swan dive right into it. Just cannonball.
Swan dive. That was my CB handle as a kid. Cannonball. It was. So, oh yeah, I decided to wear orange today, which isn't exactly flattering.
Is there a significance to the color?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, it's just a shirt I haven't worn in a while. That's about it.
That's good on you. It's a good color for you.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm like, oh, like portly.
No,
I look like I should be at a senior center.
you could. You
Could be.
joined.
I did. Could be at a multi-purpose field pretty soon too. I joined that shit too.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, so let's just big old
it's
swan dive. Here we
right
come.
into it. Let's
The
do it.
referendum is a yes vote with
It was close.
it was very close.
I was
Very,
close in
very
my numbers
close.
though.
Yes.
I predicted yesterday 837 and there was 900. So I was pretty
I said
close.
what, 640, 630,
somewhere, yeah. So I was close in my numbers.
Jen, the registrar, said
1400, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was optimistic and that
Yeah.
would have been nice.
Would've
But
been nice.
but 900's not bad.
It's less than 10%.
It's less than 10%, but for a referendum in the middle of the week on, one topic, I think that's pretty good.
Let's see. Scott Fryer somehow is managing to skip to his loo with a bad back, saying it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
Yeah.
Could you be mine?
Yeah, there's so it was
Yesterday was quite the deal to have a boat on a turf field.
That was good.
Would you be
that was
mine?
good. It was obviously it was close. It was 459 to 441, I believe. So not an overwhelming vote. The registrar did put out, of course, there was some, question about, well, if it's that close, should there be a recount, should a revote, or whatever. And the registrar I did see put out the statute on what the parameters were for that, and it didn't meet the criteria for any of that.
Nope.
Even though it was so close, it had to be a 0.5%, I believe.
1%,
So it amounted, I think, what they said was. It had
Needed
to be a
within
difference of
9
4
votes.
Or no, I think
That's
it was
what-
4.5 votes because
Oh,
it had
yeah.
to be 0.5%. So I think it was like 4.5 votes, and it was more than that. So it didn't meet the criteria for a revote or recount or whatever. But yeah, it's a go.
It's a go.
It's a go. So
it was so close. People saying, "Oh my lord!" But now we get to see a big new scoreboard. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
That's pretty good.
You want to walk and don't be slacker, because you'll be walking on a brand new tracker. 8 lanes for you.
8 lanes.
Would you be mine? I know I got people sitting there going like Walter the pup going,
Walter.
what are you talking about, fat boy?
No, so based on the conversation we had yesterday, it sounds like, now they'll kick into high gear with permits and, signing contracts and all of that stuff. And from what I remember, they said yesterday, they were hoping best case scenarios that it would be ready for fall sports. They said it would take about 3 months.
Yeah, the guy from
once they break ground.
The guy from Turf Field, he even said it at one of the meetings. He said that they're, if they went ahead and approved it on this day, February 1st, then they would be able to. They'll probably be able to play on it for the beginning of football season for 2023.
Yeah,
so
that would be cool. That would be really cool. So yeah, I know there's still a lot of people, concerned about the taxes,
of course,
and and I get it. That's always a concern. Taxes going up. You never want to have taxes go up. Unfortunately, for projects and infrastructure and all sorts of other things going on, that happens. But I think for this, if you look at what the increase would be monthly if you broke it down monthly. I've heard some folks say that it would be like an extra $7 a month or something like that.
$100 a year.
So I mean, it's and I know for folks with fixed income, every dollar counts. So I understand that, but it's not going to be a huge, it's not going to be like your EverSource bill where it comes in one month and it's several $100s more each month. It's
not going to be another line item on your tax bill saying multi-purpose field delivery fee.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a totally different ballgame.
So and for the exclusions, and this is just from me, looking at all the Facebook posts and things. I know there's a lot of concern around the exclusions that were on the proposal, and what happens if they break ground and they find problems and there's issues, or and that's going to up the price, and then we end up with another a senior center situation where the cost keeps going up and up and up and up. And going through all the proposals, the meetings, if you go back and look at the minutes and all of that stuff for everything over the last several months, there's already contingency built into it, built into that 3.8 million for things like that, for the unforeseen things that you just can't really plan for, and it's several $100,000, I believe, that's built in to that 3.8 million. So if they do come up with something crazy that, it will hopefully be covered by that contingency that's already built into it.
And so, I don't think people should really, honestly, I mean, okay. So there's always something.
Yeah.
There's always something you have to prepare for. And I think that's what the contingency does. But you know what I think another thing is the $60,000 they spent on the field study. Where they did the boring and they did all of that stuff. That they would have found all of that stuff during that field study, which took months to do. And that's all wrapped up in the proposal. I'm not trying to say, this is the way that it is. Well, it is the way that it is. They did. Oh, hi.
How are you?
How you doing? Hey, Rachel. Thank you. You got to come in and join us someday.
All right.
That was almost believable.
It's almost believable.
Yeah. We're talking about the turf field this morning in Griswold. The referendum voted yes. So Griswold's going to get a brand new turf field, multi-purpose field.
Yeah, with a big track.
Is it a good thing?
I think it's a good thing.
It depends.
I haven't heard anything, so you never know.
It depends on who you talk to, but it passed by only 10 votes
30
ish.
votes.
30, was it even that much?
25 votes. Yeah.
For the town, it's good for us,
Yeah.
right?
I think so. I don't think there are so many different ways that angles that people aren't looking
Different
at it.
perspectives.
They're looking at it just the way it's the money.
Mhm.
But it's kind of like if you live on road A and it's crapped out and you need work on it, right? And all of a sudden there's a referendum, $3 million.
Mhm.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to redo 4 roads.
Mhm.
A, B, C, D. Oh, wait a minute. We're not going to do A that you live on that you wanted. We're going to do B, C, D, and E.
Mhm.
Are you still going to vote for it?
Right.
Or
Yeah.
you're only going to vote for something that is going to give you a direct benefit?
Mhm. Yeah.
This is one of those things that not everybody's going to get a direct benefit. Well, they
It
could.
could. It's a community
could.
field. It's
But
it's
they
a
look at
community
it.
track.
Yeah, they look at it as
School.
my kids don't go to the school or have no kids in the school. So,
Mhm.
so
But it passed. So we'll see what happens.
Congratulations.
bye.
Yeah, what I was going to say with regard to the unknowns, whenever, so by, my normal 9 to 5 job, I'm a project manager. So, whenever you're planning out a project,
Mhm.
you always have contingency for
Sure
the
you do.
unknowns because you
Right.
just never know. I mean, you could do a risk management plan and you could try to come up with every possible scenario and the mitigations for what you would do if that you encounter that risk and all this other stuff. But you'll never know. You'll never be able to plan for everything. So that's why the contingency is built in.
Mhm.
And sometimes it goes over that contingency. That's part of a project. You cannot plan out every single aspect with every single, cost
impossible. You don't
down to
know.
the cent
You
for
don't
that. And that's just part of having a project. I mean, you're going to start digging this thing up. Yeah, you could run into something, and that's what the contingency is for. So, and you just hope you don't go over that contingency. You're going to do everything in your power as a project manager. Whoever's overseeing all this is going to ensure that everything is done within their power, ethically, legally, all of that, to ensure that you don't go over that contingency. You might have to get some creative minds thinking outside the box to, address some issues that maybe come up, that are unplanned. And, that's part of that'll be on the project manager to kind of drive that and facilitate all that. So, there's a good chance it may come under 3.8. The actual
never
cost could be less than that. That's best case scenario. So
It could happen.
it could. I've had projects that come in under budget and under schedule. It certainly happens. It doesn't happen often, but when you do, you're like, yes.
There are other ways to go ahead and control cost if you would like. It's coming. It's going to happen. So
Yeah.
now, so you bought it.
Yep.
So now let's go ahead and figure out what can we do.
Yep.
So I would say to the people that never go to a meeting, but will sit on Griswold now and go blah, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah, 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 which means absolutely nothing.
Mhm.
It just gets you, because then they can get up and go to the potty
Yeah.
and come back and type blah, 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 blah,
Voicing
blah,
their
blah, some more.
opinions. Yeah.
Voice your opinion in a forum that makes a difference.
Yeah. And some of them have. I know some of the folks that have been on Facebook voicing opinions have been at meetings. I've seen them at meetings.
At least 2 of them.
So yeah, I mean they're there. They're they're putting in their time. They're
That I
going to the
respect.
meetings.
That I respect.
Absolutely. And those some of those people, or the ones that I had heard in meetings, they had good questions. They
Mhm.
had concerns that made sense. And I hope at this point, now that it's moving forward, it's passed, whether you were for or against it, I just hope that everybody in the end, once it's all done and over with, that in the end everyone feels as though they've benefited from it in some way, shape, or form. Even down the road, 5, 6, 7 years down the road, I hope they can look back and go, okay, yeah, this might have cost a little extra, but it was worth it. And that's what I hope people come to it at some point.
Well, what I would like to see is people that, are concerned about it.
Mhm.
They can help control the cost, like your neighbor that's going to send their kid to Killingly.
Mm.
Tell them to stay at Griswold. Why?
Mhm.
Because we've got this big, beautiful turf field, and the facilities are going to be so much better. They're going to love it.
Mhm.
All right. Instead of us paying,
Right.
you know, because
10,000 or whatever.
that's where some of your money is going. Is, you know,
Mhm.
we're losing kids to other
Mhm.
schools
Yep. Yeah.
because of
For different reasons.
VOAG. They're going there to play football. They're going there to play baseball. They're
Yeah.
going there to do that. Don't tell me they're going to be farmers, because
So,
I'm not buying it.
Yeah, no, and I think, I mean, the VOAG program is a legit thing, but I think it's the minority of the folks that
Yes.
the minority of the students that do go to the school that will remain unnamed. They, you know, some of them do go for the VOAG program, but a majority of them that do go to that school are for the sports. And we as a town have to pay for them to go to that school.
Mhm.
You know, we have to pay that town tuition
Exactly.
for them to go to that school.
Now we have a better chance of keeping that student within district.
Saving that money. And then we also now will have, you know, an increased chance of drawing kids in from, we have seven sending towns right now that you know,
Mhm.
other surrounding towns that send their kids here, that pay, those towns pay us for those kids to come
What do
here.
you think?
So we may get more of
What
those.
do you think about, because Norwich is now a sending town,
Yes.
right? What about the kids that want to play a sport?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they get sucked in the vat of, there's 400 kids or 300 kids that are going out for the football team.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you could
What do you
have,
think that's going to do? I mean,
right. I mean, you could have kids that, you know, I mean, NFA is an option, you know, I
Yes.
mean, and they have you know, they're known for their football program,
beautiful
although
field. I mean,
great.
beautiful,
Yeah.
right. But now, if you could come to a smaller school,
Right. Have the same facilities, but come to a smaller school, because the NFA is huge. You
have
can
more of
easily
an
get lost.
opportunity.
Exactly. This may be more of a draw for those types of kids that don't want to go to a school. That school, like, I have two kids that go there. Their classes are approximately 500 students in each grade. There's about
Yeah.
2,000 students at that school. And, you know, some kids, maybe they want to play football and basketball or whatever,
multi-sports,
track or
sure.
right, lacrosse or whatever, soccer, but they don't want to get lost in the 2,000 kids that
Yeah.
are, you know, or, you know,
That's
it's
exactly it.
intimidating. It's intimidating. So they can get the same facility here that they could at NFA, but with a smaller you know, student population, have more of a chance to play, maybe, you know, I mean, it opens up some other opportunities for kids. And, you know, personally for me, I'm looking forward to, you know, going down to the track and walking it, working out
Mhm.
a little bit, you know, doing that sort of thing. And not having to worry about breaking an ankle, you know, on the uneven track and where it's crumbling and the big cracks in it. And, you know, I mean, if you walk it enough or you're down there enough, you learn where like the cracks are, you learn where like the crumbling pieces are, and you try to avoid it. And that becomes kind of part of your, you know, your walk. But you know, you shouldn't have to do that. And the kids are out there using that. You know, I mean, they're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
If they haven't already.
You're gonna have to resurface it anyway.
Right.
This is, you know, just a better way to spend your money.
Right.
So there's a statement here from Ryan. It says they found it ironic reading through. We've already talked about this already. Maybe Ryan's just kind of tuning in. I found it ironic reading through the jibber jabber yesterday that there was a meeting about potential cost overruns.
Yep.
The day after the vote to do it. Seems like they should have had the answers before asking for the money.
Yeah. And I saw that comment. I had that agenda pulled up for today. There's a meeting today at 2:30, special meeting. And I don't have that agenda pulled up, but yeah, I mean, I thought that was, I don't know what they're going to talk about.
But the contingent, like you are, like for example,
right, there is a
3.2, and now there's a contingency built
up
into
to 3.8. Right, and I don't quote me on those numbers, but I think that's what the numbers are. I think the 3.2 is the actual cost of the project.
Mm-hmm.
And with the contingency included is a 3.8. So that's, you know, just just under 20% contingency, which is pretty typical. I mean, in my projects that I run, we always add a 20% contingency standard just right off the bat.
No, Ryan, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah,
I'm glad you asked.
And,
you know,
and
because
so,
he did tune in late.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. But yeah, I don't know, you know, what that discussion will be today at 2:30. I'm not sure if I can make that one specifically to find out what that's all about. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a little odd that they'd be talking about it after the vote, but I don't know what the intention
Scott
is for
says
that.
you are correct.
What's that?
But your numbers.
What the
Yeah,
okay,
your
thank you.
numbers.
Yep.
So
thanks.
I think we need to play a game. I think we need to play a game right now.
We're not playing Scott Fryer air fryer.
I'm gonna go
with
ahead
that-
and
no,
I'm gonna go ahead and give you a
no.
I'm gonna give you a term and you have to
No.
guess Scott Fryer or air fryer.
No.
And yeah.
I'm gonna opt out.
Okay, come on.
I'm
And
gonna
and
opt out of this game.
I'm telling you, no, hold on. I want to see. Remember, my game, my rules. So if you don't like the answer, I'm sorry, but it will stand. Ready? So, is this Scott Fryer or air fryer? Multi-purpose turf field. Is that Scott Fryer or air fryer?
I'm going with air fryer.
You're going to go with air fryer. Okay.
Mhm.
For the one that opts out, she's the first one to answer.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to get it over and done with. Yep. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with air fryer.
All right, Victoria. Hey, Victoria says
She
Scott
hates
Fryer.
this game too.
I know. Most people do. That's why I did it. So we got one for Scott Fryer, one for air fryer. Multi-purpose turf field. Is that air fryer or is that Scott Fryer?
Can I tell you why I went with
Sure.
air fryer?
Yes.
Well, with a new multi-purpose field, we can have state tournaments and draw in more people, and then they can make more food in the little food shack there using
Okay.
an air fryer.
Okay.
And make more money. They can draw in money.
Got it. Okay.
That's where I was going with that.
Okay. Air fryer or Scott Fryer? Multi-purpose turf field. Come on. Trolls Awaken.
By the way, I'm looking at the agenda for today, and I don't see it
It's not
on
about
here.
that today.
I don't see it on here. Not specifically, anyway. There's an executive session for a personnel matter, and then 2023-24 departmental budgets. The ambulance service.
Yeah, it's a Hartford Healthcare.
Yeah, well, yeah, it took over. Is buying out or whatever.
American?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other. I mean, we could talk about that too, I guess, if you want. But
Victoria says, see, no one wants to play.
yeah, see,
Not even Scott Fryer. He's not even playing.
he's poor guy's recovering. Leave him alone.
Well, at least I didn't go back surgery. Scott Fryer or air fryer.
Yeah, it
No.
sounds a lot like what Rich had
Rich had,
done.
yeah.
That was a hell of a recovery. But after about a week, he was feeling a little bit better, could move a little bit better. But that was if he had what Rich had, I feel for him.
Well, you
Feel
know
for
what?
his wife too. 'Cause that
Nobody's
was-
voting, so I'm not
that
going to
was
say the
brutal.
answer. I'm not giving the answer.
I don't think anyone cares. I don't think anyone cares about your answer.
All right, end the broadcast.
If no one's playing, do you think they're sitting there on pins and needles
They're
waiting
not
for your
doing
answer?
anything. They're not doing anything. There's
Waiting
a bunch
for
of people
they're like,
in there not
oh,
saying anything.
we can't wait for Mike's answer on this.
No,
on
they're
this
not.
game.
They're not saying anything. Period.
Why do you think that is?
We're up against the turf field. There's like 3 people. Everybody else is sitting there going, shiny light, shiny light.
I'm curious if there's anyone on there that had I guess a hesitation in voting in favor of the turf field and what their feelings are, today. What do they still have the same concerns? Are they still worried? Are they, they kind of at a point where they're like, all right, we'll see what happens. I'm curious those folks that are.
I'd like to know somebody that voted no
That's what I'm
and what
saying.
their
Like,
reason is. I
well,
mean,
I mean,
I respect that.
yeah.
I respect it.
yeah, that's the whole point of voting, and
Mhm.
I think a lot of the no votes, if I had to guess, would be the increase in taxes. Everyone's worried about, the price going way over the 3.8. We saw that happen with another project recently.
You talking
and
about
I-
the infrastructure?
No,
Oh, you talking about the senior center?
yeah.
Okay,
And but that's a whole other project. That has nothing to do with this one. But I think that's still fresh in everyone's minds, and that's what they're worried about.
Thank you, Sarah. She said I stopped cooking specifically to say Scott Fryer,
Oh.
just to keep Mike happy this morning. Good morning, Scott. How are you? Scott Davis is in there too. No, it's true. It's
Yeah.
Air fryer or Scott Fryer? Turf field. Is it? What is it?
Ugh,
Let's see if we have any more votes trickle in.
oh my
Sarah, what are you
God.
cooking? Because my stomach is now grumbly.
Mhm. You have apples and oranges over here.
I know.
Mhm.
You know why I have apples and oranges?
I know.
Because when it comes to the turf field,
Please don't start juggling.
no,
Oh,
we've been
okay.
comparing apples to oranges.
Dork. Oh my God. Jesus.
No, I just
You
just
are in
think,
rare form today, boy. Holy.
No, I
cow.
just think.
Do we want to? That was good.
Scott Fryer has voted for air fryer. Let's see. There it is. Air fryer. That's a little blurry there. Air fryer.
I have to say, after surgery, I'm impressed. He's able to bend down like that, and that looks like he's doing.
Actually,
He's
he
doing
lifted
okay.
the counter up.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That's
strong.
That's good.
why.
If he's able to move like that, that's hopefully he's feeling better.
Okay, well, I got to give it to you and to Scott. Air fryer is the correct answer,
Yeah.
and the reason is much like your assumption. Mine was now if you before you go to the new multi-purpose field, you can make a whole bunch of snacks, put them in Tupperware, and off to the game you go.
Mhm.
Air fryer is the correct answer.
Okay, do you feel better now? We got that
No,
done.
I don't. I was hoping more people would play. She's making shepherd's pie. Oh my God.
Oh, I forgot to start the crock pot before I left. Damn it.
And she's making brownies for
Oh,
I'm assuming that's for Zach.
so dinner at where's this at? Sarah's house?
Sarah's
Is that
house, yeah.
dinner at Sarah's house?
Yes.
Okay, we can do that.
She's bringing her son
Um,
food at school.
I was supposed to put.
She's a great mom today. That's her words.
Hey, we take them when we can get them. Let me tell you, as a parent, yeah. Oh, damn it! Now
All right, so Erica says, whoops, here we go. I know someone who voted no. I know a guy, I guess, who voted no. I want somebody to say, I voted no.
Yeah.
I know someone who voted no because they thought it was too much money for a field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. I mean, it is. I mean,
Well, tell that person that's a
Let's-
respectful answer.
yeah. I mean, honestly, it is a lot of money.
Sure.
It's it is a lot of money, but I look at it as it's a lot of money for the next. This is going to cover us for the next 10 to 15 years, 12 years.
Longer than
Whatever. I mean, it's. I try to look at. Not like, oh, we're putting in a field for, 3 point whatever, $1 million. Oh my God. I try to look it down the road, and kind of spread that. If I spread that 3.8 million across the next, 10, 12, 15 years.
Erica voted yes. Though.
What is it? Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to look, with this economy and everybody's struggling, the prices, everything's outrageous, inflation, all of that. It's really hard to see, beyond that price. It's sticker shock. You see it and you're like, oh no, absolutely not. Your immediate reaction, your visceral reaction is, oh no, I don't want anything to do with that.
Ooh, visceral. That's a 10-cent word.
That's
today.
but you have to kind of see the forest through the trees, on things like this when there's huge projects.
Through the trees. What are you doing
Just-
this morning?
I-
Like
I don't know.
analogies, big words. I mean,
It's my
who the hell are you?
It's my everyday vernacular. What are you talking about?
Vernacular, that's a 10-cent word. Who are you? I don't even know you.
I feel like I'm in work mode right now. Like this is my work, my work vocabulary.
Oh goodness. I mean, I don't care if you voted yes or no. Honestly,
No.
I just care that you voted.
That's what I was almost kind of proud of it. Like as a Griswold resident, like,
Yeah.
oh my God, 900 people came out and voted like that.
Yeah.
I was happy with that, and I thought it was kind of weird that it was an even number, like 900 right on the dot. I thought that was cool.
Here's something that's I mean, I agree with Scott because I was talking about this yesterday. He said my favorite thing about the referendum, other than winning, was the amount of young people voting.
Yeah. And I saw that when we went, there were
His son Dylan
Mhm.
voted for the first time,
Nice.
and he couldn't be more proud.
Yep.
I'm just glad people voted.
Yeah. There were a lot
Yeah.
of young voters in there.
Cameron was bummed out because there's different rules for voting in a referendum, as far as registering.
Oh, okay.
You can't register day of on a referendum, but you can on a
Oh.
municipal election.
Oh.
So he was going to go down yesterday
register.
and register and
Couldn't
do it.
Oh well. Next time. Now
Yeah.
it's a learning experience. That's fine. But yeah, I did when we
It would have
went.
just been a wider yes margin.
Yeah, we went down like around, I don't know, was it maybe 5-ish, like after, work
Yeah.
time, that sort of, and it was definitely starting to pick up at that point. A lot of parents coming in with their kids with them, and some younger voters. It was kind of cool to see, well, when we were there for the, the whole 5-10 minutes we were there, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was nice to see for sure.
So one of the things I had asked Mr. McKenna and Mrs. Malin and Mr. Labassier yesterday was like, when? That's when they started talking about the permits and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And I think the dream is May.
I think he said they were trying to get, they were trying to get scheduled for April, and then they would maybe break ground May-ish. And they said the project would take about 3 months, which I thought was
Mhm.
really quick. But I guess right now, obviously with the permits and whatever else,
Yeah.
The kind of logistics stuff they have to go through to prep for this, they have to get on Field Turf's schedule. This isn't the
Yeah.
only project that Field Turf is doing. They're doing others as well. They do colleges and other high schools and things like that. So they have to get in their schedule.
Right,
So, so they have to work through that. And then they were hoping, I wanted to say they wanted to break ground like May-ish. And they said it would take about 3 months. And they're hoping that, it'd be ready in time for fall sports.
Not only that, but it's where the field is situated.
Mhm.
It's not really going to disrupt a whole lot.
No,
You know what I mean? It's not going to disrupt,
no.
hopefully the school and everything. It's certainly not going to disrupt baseball
No.
and softball, but it will
Maybe there's a softball field up back
yeah,
there, isn't there?
behind the middle school.
Oh, that's right. No, I was thinking of the other one. What's the other field that's up the hill? If you drive behind the football field and you go up the little roundy round thing.
That's
up
a
there.
soccer field.
Nope.
Soccer.
There's another field back
practice
there
field.
for baseball or softball. There's a diamond field up there.
Well, they use it for I believe softball, but I don't think they use it for baseball.
Okay.
But they use. I know what you're talking about, right? If you're sitting in the bleachers at the high school, right, during a football game,
and you kind of look
across the field and
up to your left.
Yeah, that's a practice field.
Oh,
And then there's
okay.
another one down below, which is a practice field as well.
Another one down below. Oh, you're talking about the practice
Yes,
football field over.
yes.
That's over to your right, though. No, yeah, I know there was another. I didn't know if it would maybe interrupt if they use that softball field up.
No,
Up,
not for
okay.
games. No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Practices perhaps, but
Okay.
I think the only outdoor track, it's going to really affect outdoor track, obviously,
In the spring, yeah.
So this year, I don't think they'll have any home meets.
Well, they might have. Up until they break ground, maybe they might. I don't know. They might still use it up
That's
until
true. You
they
get the
maybe
whole
for
month of-
part of the season. Yeah, I'm sure the athletic director now is probably scrambling to try to reschedule some of these.
I don't envy
Reschedule.
you, Steve. I don't envy you right now.
No, and unless he kind of already had pre-planned for that and kind of has a contingency schedule ready to go to put into place. I don't know, but yeah, that would be quite a job right now.
Jennifer says I would have liked to have had a higher turnout, but the town did not advertise the referendum. The number of people that told me the only reason they knew about it was because of her signs.
Okay.
We need to do better to notify residents.
I don't know. It was advertised, I think, a lot. I don't know what.
I
Do you mean on the town website or the town Facebook page? Is that, Jen? Is that what you're referring to?
Advertising or
Where would you?
like that?
Where though?
Oh, I don't know. Here,
Yeah, I don't.
You know.
But it's been talked about here. I don't know where else it would have been advertised. I don't know. I'm wondering if she means like social media through the town pages. Is that what she's?
Utilize the library sign.
It was on there.
It was on there.
Yep, I saw
Okay.
it. I saw it yesterday. I looked specifically to see if it was on there, but it was on there.
All
Yep,
right.
it was on the school electronic sign as well. It was definitely on the library sign. I think the bank had it up too.
They did.
I think.
We put it on the TVs and Charlene's
Yep.
and Dean's.
Yep, it was scrolling here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's I don't know I don't know what she means that it wasn't advertised. I'm guessing probably the town website, maybe.
Yeah,
there could have been a
Jennifer,
banner.
I don't know.
There could have
I
been a
don't- I
banner
don't-
maybe on the town website.
I think so. I think there are things that they could have done better. Yes, like a banner on the
on the town website or
or then
something.
a splash page.
But it was on though. If you went to the town page, it did pop up. It did say referendum
Mhm.
is when you went to the on mobile. I don't know about the computer. I don't usually go onto the website.
You know,
on
if
the
I
computer.
go onto a website and says referendum, I'm like, I don't care. If it says what it's about, it's going to grab my attention.
Yeah, I think no, I don't remember what it said exactly now. It did pop up though, and though it had it February 1st referendum vote. It was on there. I don't know if it specifically said multi-purpose field on the
It was
main.
in the day.
Actually, hold on, it's still here. It is. It's right on the front page. Referendum February 1st, Griswold Town Hall Community Multi-Purpose Field Project, and it's right on the front page still on the town website.
Okay.
So as soon as that it pops up automatically.
Scott said it was in the day in the Norwich Times.
Norwich Bulletin.
No, he
Norwich
says Norwich Times.
What the hell's the Norwich Times?
Thank you.
Never heard of it.
The Norwich Times is like a supplemental newspaper that comes out, I think, on Tuesdays. You get it? You get it?
I've never had it.
You don't get it at your house?
No,
Really?
I've never
it comes
gotten
in
that.
the mail.
Never gotten it.
Huh.
Unless
And-
and it has like some like other things kind of tucked in it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was the name of it. I automatically throw it away.
Yeah, it's a supplemental paper, and there's really no
I do
meat
get
to
that.
it or anything.
I don't even.
Yeah.
I pull my mail out of it and then I chuck it. I didn't even know that
Yeah.
was the name of it. Honestly. Mm.
So even Scott
Okay.
just says it's the paper that you throw away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Peggy says, "Hey, I lived in Utah and I knew about it."
Yeah. I mean,
Well, how do you think she knew about it?
this-
Because she's a
here.
frequent listener of
Yeah.
SNSN.
Mhm.
She's a smart doobie.
Mhm.
That Peggy. Just like Christopher Anderson. What's up, Christopher?
Yeah. I mean,
The
there's-
chicken trucker.
Mm,
He's a chicken trucker. That's what he does.
okay. Okay.
He hauls chicken. Dead chicken.
Dead chicken?
Yeah, dead
Oh.
chicken.
Oh, that must smell awful.
Well, it's
Oh.
frozen. Frozen dead chicken.
Oh, okay. You know what how horrible is this? Speaking of chicken. So there was a big fire in Basra over the
Yeah.
weekend last week.
And a lot of chickens.
And
perished.
100,000 chickens. I'm not even gonna say it.
Go ahead. Do it.
My first thought, I was like, I wonder if it smelled like KFC. Like that was my first, like it wasn't it was I wonder what it smelled like.
Are you pregnant?
Oh God, no. No.
You know what? I don't think it would because they didn't use the 7 herbs and
They-
spices.
right,
You know that the
yes,
Colonel uses.
Right. But that was my first, I mean, obviously I had followed it just because, we're in the fire, community, but, made sure no one had gotten hurt or whatever. But I was like, once I found out that it was all those chickens, I'm like, I wonder what that smelled like. Like, I wonder if they were all hungry when they left there. And I was not awful. It's so bad. I know. I mean, my second thought was, poor chickens, but it wasn't my first thought, unfortunately.
God, you are absolutely terrible. You're a
Well,
terrible
I'm-
human being.
Well, hey, if that's the worst, I'm okay with it.
Oh my God.
I honestly though would like to, I mean, if there are other ideas on how to get, and not just information about the referendum, but just information in general. We were talking about this the other day.
I don't think that went over the
Okay, now that was bad. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I lost. Oh yeah. So if there are any other ways of putting information out there, I mean, we should certainly look into it, but I don't know. I think for this one, I think it was pretty well advertised.
Yeah, I think that we should find a cure for apathy more than anything.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
Because I think people knew about it. I
Mhm.
really do. Here's the difference. For as many people, I feel that as many people that didn't want this to happen, whatever, didn't tell enough people. They just didn't. Look at the gun range.
Yeah.
The people that didn't want it, my goodness, they networked
Mm-hmm.
all over the place, and
Mm-hmm.
they filled an entire auditorium of people saying, "Hell no, we won't go." That kind of stuff.
Yep.
Or bring it, or don't
Right.
bring it, or whatever.
Yep. Well, that's what I was saying yesterday. Talk to your neighbors.
It's right over there, Scott.
Talk to your neighbors and you go out to breakfast and chit chat with people and the whole communicate thing that
Yes.
people don't seem to really in-person communication. And we went out to dinner afterwards at a local place here, and we were we walked in, we're like, did you vote
Yeah.
did you vote? And there were a couple people in there that were like, vote for what's going on? And we,
There are people that
mentioned it, and
that
they were
do
like,
not
"Oh
pay
yeah,
attention.
I
It's
think
not
we
part
heard
of their
about that."
day,
Yeah, it wasn't important to them. It one way or the other. But yeah, we were like, "Hey, did you? What's going? But and everyone looked at us like we were crazy. But whatever.
If only action spread like rumors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Pam says, "Damn straight." Thank you for those insightful words, Pam Catalano. Damn straight.
That pretty much sums it up right
Yeah.
there. Like,
No, I just think you have a lot of apathy.
Yeah.
I think you have more apathy, more than anything, because look at things in the past. There's been like one thing that people have been really, really passionate about. It really wasn't even a huge turnout or whatever for the referendum for the infrastructure and the senior center and that kind of stuff.
yeah.
It's
Somebody
just-
put those numbers out last night. Like where did I see that? Of course, it was on Facebook somewhere. But somebody
Yeah.
put the numbers out, what the referendum numbers were. Jen might have it. I don't know, but
I'm sure Jen probably has it.
I don't
but
know
Pam
if-
probably has it
what
too.
somebody put them
somewhere.
out last night. What the referendum numbers were for those projects, and I think it was pretty much in line with what we had last night. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's over and done with. The referendum's done. The vote was close, but it's a go. And we'll kind of just have to see what happens. Keep following it.
Yeah.
Especially those that are really concerned about the cost overruns and those exclusions that were noted on the proposal. Follow it. Keep following it. Keep voicing your concerns. Keep the communication open and talking, and attend the meetings and all of that.
Peggy, you live in a town a little larger than ours. What percentage? Do you know what the percentage of actual registered voters are that you get during a non-election year? To an election or non-local. Like we have locals coming up this year. So
Yep.
that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
All
we
right, you
have
got 30,000
municipal-
people. So you got it's more like Norwich, I guess, instead of yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's I'm curious to what the percentage is.
That vote.
Yeah,
Is that what you're asking?
in that part, she said under 7%. So, I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty much the same across the board.
Mhm.
Give or take a couple of percent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people just like
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of that.
Yeah, there is. And I think with this particular topic, I think there were a lot of people out there that were like, whatever, doesn't affect me one way or the other. They really just were very, like you said, apathetic toward it. Just, whatever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever.
But don't complain about it.
Yeah.
I
I think there are a lot of people out there that don't complain about it. They kind of just roll with it. Like, whatever.
And-
I think there is a lot of those people out there, and that's fine too.
there was I was gonna get a comment in from somebody, and I want to get back to it.
Okay.
We're talking. This is going back to the advertising.
Oh yeah, yeah.
of
Of like getting it out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I want to go ahead and just make sure I'm referencing the right person here.
Oh, because they were Facebook user.
Yeah.
Click the damn button.
It's Erica.
Okay.
Okay. And she says, I have heard some say they would have liked a phone call like the school uses for notifications.
Okay.
Okay.
I wonder. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
so like the
that's not a
borough
bad
could
idea.
have done it with the Nixle system.
They could have, but that wouldn't have gone to all the Griswold residents.
No, but it would have went to because then we'd have to build them.
Well, but that's a, but I don't know if that would have, I don't know how, if that had gone to the borough residents then and not the, if that could have been looked at like, trying to coerce borough residents to come and vote and not the Griswold, I mean, that could be looked at kind of, if you're excluding a whole, group of folks, but that's not a bad idea, do like, one of those like reverse, like the robocalls, or a text, I don't know if people would really answer the calls nowadays, but like a text that you get from the town, like, hey, referendum coming up, that sort of thing.
Yes.
That might have been pretty cool. That's a good idea. I like that.
Okay.
Yep. It costs money, just so you know. Using that costs money.
You want to know something? And this is something that I tried to do, and I could still do, but I don't spend any time on it because I tried for a year and a half to get people involved, and I don't know what they thought that I was trying to do, or were they just being apathetic? I have a system that I use here that if you give me your telephone number,
I was on that list. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can send a text out.
Mm-hmm.
I have another one in an email list.
Mm-hmm.
Can do that.
Yeah.
I have 100 ways to Sunday
Mm-hmm.
to communicate here. But you tell people to go ahead and say, hey, look, we can do this. We can get in. And they don't.
So do you think maybe in this day and age that people are so bombarded
Yes.
with just stuff,
Yes.
with just information constantly?
They say you get hit with 3,000 messages a day. And then, of course, there's Nick saying, hi, Mom.
Hi, bud.
Nick, Biancarosa.
Nick, that kid kills me.
So,
Yeah,
Nick, you want to buy a BMW?
I know. Don't give him any ideas. We're running out of room as it is at our house.
He'll try to trade me
He
something.
would. Oh yeah, he would totally try to trade you something for it. But yeah, I mean, I believe it. Just driving down the road, your phone's dinging, you're seeing, a sign flashing at you.
Mhm.
I mean, there's just stuff everywhere. You got the radio playing, or
Yes.
Sirius playing, and that's going on, or maybe you're listening to a podcast, or I mean, there's just so much coming at you.
3 G's. Anyway, go ahead. Yes. How much? Yes, that is the future millionaire. That is absolutely. The kid is a hustler. I'm telling you.
I hope so, because so then he can take care of his mom
I
when he's
adore
older.
this kid for his business acumen. I'm telling you.
Oh, so he's supposed to. Oh, he's in between classes right now. Okay, he's supposed to be going to English, which he's failing. So
Every
he should be
single
get off.
time he's texted or gotten on, it's either he's between classes or he's in a
Study
study hall.
hall,
Mom,
yeah.
give us some slack. You know?
Well, he should be on his way to English that he's currently failing.
Every time
that he
you
needs
hear
that
a
credit.
bell, Nick gets his wings. He's gonna pass. I have faith in you, Nick.
Yeah, no, he'll end up in summer school, and he'll be like, oh, whatever, freaking kid, man.
I was gonna say something, but I can't do that because that would be so anti-parenting.
Yeah.
So, but what Chris just says, he goes, if you're gonna try to get my generation, it would have to be texting.
Yeah.
I have the capability of doing that, and I've offered.
But you
it
have
up.
to sign up for it. Like, not just you. I'm not saying you in general. I'm just saying in general. Like, if you wanted to get that text, you would have to sign up for that. How many people are going to sign up for that?
Right.
They'll be like, oh, I didn't know that was an option. I didn't know. I'm sure there are a lot of folks in the borough that don't know that they have that capability, even though it's been put out there, I don't know how many times.
For me, for example, if you go in and you download it's now called We Love the 80s.
Yep.
If you download that as our app, if we can send out a text, if you opt in for like town stuff, but
Nobody does it. Right.
nobody does it. So,
and that's the thing. And I agree though, the younger generations, I think, are more apt to, to receive text for information and that sort of thing. And I'm kind of on board with that too. But it's, how many of those folks that would prefer to get a text actually opt in to get that text,
Scott says you have an app. Come on, Scott. Like, you didn't know I didn't have an app. Come on. I'm wondering if he really didn't know if I had one or not. Yeah. See,
I'm sure he knows you have one.
I didn't put it in the Norwich Times. See, shit, nobody knows.
You should announce it on the radio or something.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't put it in the Norwich Bulletin. Jeez, because at least 7 people read that in a day.
The Bulletin.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're still in business. How any of them are still in business. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of the robocalls, the text messages. It would just have to be, almost feel like it would have to be like an all or none. Like you just as a resident, you're just automatically set up for that. So you don't have to, try to make it as easy as possible. People are lazy. You got to try to make it easy on people. You become a resident, you're automatically opt into this robo text call situation.
Scott
and
said it
if you
wasn't
don't,
on Griswold Rumors Now. So what a great idea for a page.
Griswold Rumors.
Griswold Rumors Now.
I like it.
Just get a website.
I like it.
I bet you that's available.
Don't do a website. Websites are
I know, I
becoming
wouldn't do that,
obsolete.
yeah.
But that's
Should look at my website.
that's
It's
a good-
totally scaled down.
yeah.
Totally stripped down.
I
Yep.
know. I kind of like that though as a Facebook group. Griswold Rumors Now. That's a
What
good
about
one.
the Pat Jog recorder?
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah,
that?
I
That
vaguely
was so funny.
I vaguely remember that.
And it was somebody that most of us knew. They knew me because they knew my damn phone number.
Oh.
And because they put my name in a post and my phone number.
Mhm.
I'm like, somebody actually, it was like, it was about, somebody put in about the new Griswold Airport.
yes. Yep.
And they said, if you want to know more, call the first selectman and put my phone number
Oh
in.
my God. That's
it was classic.
awesome.
And I literally got a call. Hi, can you tell me about the Griswold Airport?
Oh,
It's a joke,
no.
dude.
Yeah.
I don't
it's-
know.
Yeah.
So I got ribbed. It was funny. I see. I don't get angry.
Yeah,
See,
no,
that's
that
just
is funny.
hilarious,
Yeah. And I've seen other towns that have, I shouldn't say towns, but other people that have created pages
Yes.
like that in other towns, and they're entertaining as hell to watch.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people get all worked up. Look at that one about the honeydew donuts going in next to Chili's.
Trolling.
Holy cow. I'm
Yeah.
sure that person, whoever it was, just sat back and laughed their butt off watching all the back and forth and
Yeah.
they think this is real.
There's even a short code that I have. It's 5 digits that you can text. You know how you
Yeah. Okay.
text 1 2 3 4
Right,
5
yeah,
now
yeah.
for it, right?
Yep.
I even have one of those and
Mhm.
use a keyword,
Mhm.
and you get into, and that'll start. You don't have to download a flipping app. You can just do that.
Yep.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yep.
So I stopped.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
I still have it.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I think for a town wide thing, it would just have to be automatic. And if you didn't want to get it, you would have to opt out of it, I think is how it would need to be in order for it to work.
yes.
You'd have to have an opt out option.
Did
not
you
an
know
opt-in
that
option.
there's a referendum in town? No,
Is there?
seriously, yeah. Well, actually, it's going to go to a town meeting first to go ahead and see if the town will appropriate $4 million to pay for a new Outback Steakhouse.
Town run Outback Steakhouse?
Oh, no, they're not going to run it. They're just going to bring it because they're so desperate for industry here.
It's going to go right next to the Walgreens.
That's right.
Right in that space right there. That's what's going
That
in there.
would
Is an Outback
actually-
Steakhouse.
Oh, my God. That would actually be cool. Right next to the Dave and Buster's that's coming.
They can use the little slot from when it was like a video store to hand your food through, like a takeout.
Yes. Yes. It could be. It could be.
Oh God, I really wish something would go in there. But
It's been years.
I know.
It's been years.
I know.
How many people are in Griswold? 12, 13,000?
No, I think it's a little bit more. I want to say 16 something.
Okay. There's like 9,000
Mm,
registered voters, right around that number.
Yeah. I had those numbers at one point. I don't have them anymore. I want to say
So-
around 16.
So let's
14.
change the subject just for a minute. Did you know
sure.
that
Probably not.
with because with the funding that we've received from the borough,
Oh, the ARPA?
ARPA money,
Yep.
right? You see these microphones? This one right here?
I do see that.
Yeah, this EV.
Okay.
It's one of the better microphones. Well, I mean, it's cost effective, and it doesn't. I'm gonna have them over here too.
Nice.
Yeah. So
What do you do with these?
what's that?
What are you going to do with these?
We're actually. Oh, that's interesting that you say that because we have another room here at the Paragon Co-op on 70 Main Street that we're going to go ahead and create a podcast room.
Nice.
So if people want to do a podcast, it's going to be fully equipped with audio equipment. It's going to be fully equipped with video equipment. So you can do an audio podcast, video podcast. It'll have a green screen room. I mean, a green screen, behind. So you can do almost anything.
Cool.
So, because everybody does a podcast these days, you know, so, and that's okay. So
jump on the bandwagon. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So people can come in and they can rent the space and it'll be cool.
Nice. That is cool. So when's that all happening? When's the one? When's the new equipment coming in?
I would have thought some of it would have been here already, but you know who's been wonderful? I mean, right on the spot has been Leona.
Yeah, Sharky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many Leonas do you know?
I don't know. Just making sure. I don't know. She's the only one, but I don't know if there's others. I'm not gonna assume. Yeah, she's good.
Huh?
She's good.
Yeah, she's been. I mean, the communication is. Now I'm just gonna check my email real quick.
See if something's come in.
I told her. I emailed her Monday. I said, "Hey, did any of this stuff start trickling in?" She said, "No, but I'll let you know. As soon as it does." I said, "Okay, great." I said, "I'll check with you in an hour."
An hour. Let's see.
She knows what I'm kidding.
Yeah. See if there's any tracking information or something. And it'll get here eventually. That'll be really cool though. So what makes them better? Those microphones, are they just clearer, or I don't know anything about audio stuff.
They're kind of like that where they're unidirectional. Same thing with these right here. Plus, it blocks out a lot of the side noise, so it'll sound a lot better. So, like sometimes when we put on those 3 microphones on your side, it'll sound a little echoey or could.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
what about getting the little ones like Bob Barker used to use, like the little skinny with
I do. Oh, you just made me remember. You just made me remember my friend Chris.
Oh, how did I do that?
Chris DiPolo, who he did a lot at the beginning, helping me with direction and which way to go, with what we're doing here. And he always checked in with me and he stopped by at least once every couple of months. And a few months ago, he died in his sleep. And it was one of his favorite possessions. He was given to him as a gift, that Bob Barker style microphone. And there's still videos on the Facebook pages and stuff like that of him using it. So that's
cool.
Yeah, I miss Chris. I really do.
That just kind of gave me an idea too.
What's that, Kathy?
So that sounded weird. Going back to the, getting information out there and how to do it, other ways of doing it. How about next time there's something going on in town, a vote, a referendum, election, whatever, go out onto the street and talk to people on the street.
And do what?
Be like, hey, do you know about this? And see what their answer is. Do you know this? Are you a Griswold resident? Do you know this is happening? Do you know this is happening? Do you? Yeah. And then stand in front of the liquor store. Excuse me. Do you know that?
And then I'm going to ask some questions like, where is the Panama Canal?
No, that's not no I'm just talking about it would go into some of the local businesses, go into the hardware store, go into wherever, hey, do you know about this? Do you know about that?
Where is the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, why not? It doesn't have to be during the time of the show, but you could pre-record it. Go stand outside the church on a Sunday. Excuse me, do you know this is happening? Do you know this is happening? Do you know this is happening?
I'd have police down there going, you have to leave, sir.
That's fine. So you leave, whatever.
Peggy says, Mike on the street. We actually did.
I remember Paul. I saw some of those videos. That's kind of where I was. Yeah. But something like that, it sounds silly, but it would bring attention to it, and you could post it. And see what just random people on the street.
Some of those videos are flipping
hysterical.
Too,
Yeah. But that's another way of doing it. Go stand I don't know, at local restaurants, go down to the, certain clubs in town,
Oh yeah, because there are tons of clubs.
Well,
up and
I'm
down.
thinking
This is Bedford Falls,
I'm
Kathy.
talking about like the French club, the VFW, the Polish club, like wherever, go to those places. Hey, do you know about this? Do you know about that? Do you know? Just,
Why's it got to be
whatever.
about nationality? French club, Polish club,
Because that's their name.
German Italian
Oh
club,
my gosh, whatever.
Italian American.
You know what? Open up another club called something else. I don't know. Whatever.
Something else.
Something else.
That will piss nobody off.
Where are you going? Somewhere else?
What do you mean you're not staying here? No, I'm going
No,
somewhere else.
I'm
Where's
going
that?
somewhere else.
It's just over there. But where is it? Somewhere else. It's on some street.
Right.
Third base.
Oh my God. Somebody needs to open up a restaurant called Somewhere Else. That's great.
That would be flipping hilarious. Christopher says, sounds like you have a lot in your city.
A lot? We do not have a lot in
Uh,
the city. We don't. Is it even? Well, I mean, it's Jewett City, but
Jewett
it's literally
City.
1 square mile,
Yeah.
technically.
And Main Street's quarter of a mile, light to light. You can
Yeah,
sit there and
that's
go,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
There it is. It's gone.
What's I'm saying? Like, go out into like Griswold. Like, it doesn't just have to be here. Like, go out into like different places. Go to
Someplace else.
because
It's next to Walgreens. It's next to that
Yes.
that taco
oh yeah, that
ghost kitchen.
that ninja taco restaurant.
Nobody knows where the 32 Main Street. There is no 32 Main Street. Oh God, that got me. Melissa and I are driving around.
Like,
where's
where's
this
this
taco?
taco?
place? It says I'm right by it. I don't see anything. You know what happened? It was somewhere else.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm gonna try to look that one up now. But I don't know. I think that might be that could be entertaining while also, spreading information.
Yeah.
Getting people aware of things. It could be a little shtick. It could be a whatever, but it could serve multi-purposes for I think we should do it.
Okay, hold up. Are you saying we should do it, or are you saying like you should do it?
I'm saying you.
Oh yeah.
You.
Okay.
Well,
That's what
I don't
thought.
run this stuff. This is on you. This is you. This is you.
So do you want to do that? You're the one that's got the big idea here, slapping the yap, going, I think we should. I think no, you. Where are you going to be? Somewhere else.
I'll be somewhere else.
That would be a fun name.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon. Somewhere else.
Yeah. Why not?
Welcome to the. Thanks for calling. Hope you try our new down the street burger.
I think it would be good. I don't know. What do people think? Do you think that would, going around and getting, just talking to people in random places? Go to the gas station. Hey, are you a Griswold resident? Do you know this is happening?
Set up the
What are your
camera
thoughts on
and
this?
do all
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that could be really hilarious.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It could be like funny, but informative. It could.
Kathy, I'm going to sound like a male chauvinist pig. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm realistic about this.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's going to be somebody do it, it's going to be either me or it's going to be you. It needs to be you.
Okay.
You know why? Because you're much better looking than I am. And people will, because you know what happens.
We could dress you up.
No.
We could put some makeup on
No.
you.
You
Wig.
put a lady with a microphone out there, right? And then all of a sudden, hi, can I ask you a question? You get some. Sure. What you got, little lady? You can ask me anything you want. Right? Same dude. I got the microphone. Hi, can I ask you a question? Screw you. I'm getting myself some cigarettes and I'm out.
I think we can maybe figure something out. I think it could be fun.
I think it would be a lot of fun.
I might need to have a glass of wine or something ahead of time, but I think it could be fun. I could go to somewhere else and have a glass of wine.
I'm Kathy. I have a question. Is this close enough to come out?
It could be fun.
Chris says it could be another menu item. Could be over yonder.
That's a good one. Yes.
That's on the other side of town over there.
Over yonder.
But it's not
Good.
somewhere else.
No, it's not
Yes,
somewhere
it is.
else.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Oh, just bring a sippy cup, Peggy says.
yes. I could do that.
Oh, my
I could
God.
easily do that. Yep.
That would be fun.
Or like back in like when I was in I shouldn't even say it, but when I, in school, like you would, you had your McDonald's cup, but
Yes.
inside it wasn't McDonald's. You had something else in there, and you're,
You know, another thing we can do
Mm.
is that with some of the funding that we got from the borough,
Mhm.
I've got this item that you put in a wired microphone and makes it wireless.
Okay.
So you take that, put the other part in the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You got a wireless. I mean, there's other ways we can do, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
just makes it so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
See, we're onto something.
maybe I should. You know what? Now you're making me. I gotta look. I gotta look on something right
By the way, I'm trying to find that little taco thing that
Is it
was
gone?
I don't see it anywhere on
Is it
here.
gone? It might
Yeah,
be.
I don't see it. But I know exactly what you were talking about because at first I was like, I don't think that's a. And when I found it, it was over like in the Brown Ave area. And I'm like, I don't think there's a taco place over there.
here.
Yeah, I don't see it on here.
I'm looking for the Bob Barker microphone. You don't have. At least I don't find it yet.
Oh, it's got to be out there somewhere. Put
I
Nick
would
on it. Nick will
think-
find it on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or something. Nick will find it.
A lot of gooseneck microphones are coming up, but it's not a gooseneck microphone.
I don't even know what a gooseneck microphone
It
is.
bends.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Like if you put it on a stand, you can kind of
Oh, okay.
something
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
find like on a podium.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Well, see, now I gotta look.
Well, are there any other?
Oh.
I mean, we got one good idea with the robocalls and the texting. Any other ideas on how to
I can
get
do email.
information out?
I personally, these are things I can do.
So I would say email. I would nix the email. And
Okay.
I've been talking to Rich about this too with his business because he's like, well, people need to check their email, and I'm like, yeah, but they don't. People get
Yeah.
again, they're inundated with email. I mean, I have an email address that I use just for like spam stuff, like when you have to sign up for crap
yes,
and you don't want to get their email. I just use that email address. So I probably have millions of emails in that account at this point, but people don't
It
check their
probably shuts you
emails.
down,
I
thing.
know.
you have too much space being used.
People, I don't think nowadays, especially the younger generation, I don't think they're on top of their emails as much as they are on top of text messages.
and Snapchat.
And yeah, and Snapchat. Oh, TikTok. You can do TikToks and Snapchats.
Yeah. See, now you're getting into too many. See, that's back in the days there were many different print options that you could go with.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing but different now. Now there's a whole bunch of different social media options.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. It really is the same.
But if you're trying to capture different audiences, don't you need to kind of cast your net wide?
you do. It's the same but different.
Hmm.
It's all somewhere else.
You can make like I don't want to say town because you don't want to be like you're not representing the
Yeah.
town, but like a TikToks related to town events or town, but make them funny. I don't know. I'm not creative when it comes to that stuff. I don't know.
Well, you have an idea that might we can talk about that.
But yeah. Any others though? I'm wondering if anyone else has any other ideas that could even like spawn other ideas.
I like that. When
Brainstorming.
Erica says that someplace else next to Walgreens.
Yeah.
Go over there, you'll find it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. We will be back tomorrow morning with Paul.
I went by fast.
And yeah, it was fun today. Actually,
Yeah.
Paul and Chris, Ask Chris Anything Friday. They'll be on Retiree Row, and
So I don't need to come in tomorrow too.
You could.
No, I'm good.
Good. No.
I actually have meetings tomorrow. I can't.
Thank you very much for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
You're welcome.
And really,
Good times.
Really jumping in there when we need it. So
Yep.
Because like your husband can't make it in anymore.
Nice
Apparently,
sleeping.
See, that's what happened. Did you know that when you married him that you have to fill in?
No.
It
was not part of the vows.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, you know what they say: the
No.
runner-up has to fulfill, the beauty queen if they cannot fulfill
Right,
their
yeah,
duty.
uh-huh,
So here you
yeah.
are. Anyway, Rich would look good in a sash.
When he goes to days, when he's on days, I think he'll be able to do Thursdays. I think.
Okay.
But
It'll be
he's
nice
on,
to have.
he's
Rich
on
back.
midnights again, so we're still.
Boo.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Once again, yes, multi-purpose field coming to Griswold. We're going to break ground. We're going to break
Yep.
bread.
Coming to a school near you.
That's right. And then, of course, I have to do this just because she's my little girl.
Oh yeah.
And she's 16 today.
Mhm.
And I love her so much. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Poor kid.
Happy birthday, Rihanna Mary. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Goodbye. See